People have this idea that Africa is little. Africa is not little. Ghana is not little.
Yeah.
So the rural part didn't really upset me or bother me too much. I grew up in rural Virginia, so growing up as a child, you know, walking through woods it was like, okay, fine. We had outside toilets for a while, all those things. I had friends who lived in places, so it didn't really bother me. It just was different in that way.
It's true.
And plus, everyone thought when you get here, it'd be pals and animals. That's all people kept asking.
Have you seen a lion yet?
Yes, very ignorant questions. Like, get your passport. It really isn't as much as you think. You can research ahead of time and get a good ticket, round trip ticket. Just research it. Come, like at least explore what you're exploring. Explore what Africa is for real. Like, don't go by what you see on TV, what you think. Come and see, and then you can make up your mind. Like, what do you really want to do? If you don't, maybe you'll want to come visit every year. I don't know. Like, but I think you should give yourself that chance. Not just like, oh, I can't get this right now, or I can't have this. But I mean, my thing is, if I can have a TV and have some Wi-Fi or whatever, you can live. So things won't be as much as, you know, might have problems. Yeah. You can live, like, but it feeds the whole me, not just, you know, the things I want.
Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate the love and support. In the previous episode, you guys did an amazing job and you loved it. Today, I have here our sister, our mother, our auntie from the United States of America. And as you know, guys, whenever you visit the continent, we will look for you and ask so many questions. There's so many people moving to Ghana. They are visiting, they are living, and others are also here for businesses. So our dear mother, our dear sister, our dear aunt will also tell us why she's here and if she's actually loving it. And yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. I still remain nappie. Yes, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate that. And what's your name and which part of the US are you coming from?
All right, my name is Terry Johnson. I live outside of Philadelphia, in Yaden, Pennsylvania.
Oh, right, yes.
I'm actually from Virginia.
When was your first time visiting the continent?
The first time I came here was 2021 during Christmas in December. I came for a visit with a whole bunch with my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandchildren, and some other family members. We all came for like a 3-week visit just to see the history where I mean, I wanted to be part of the motherland. That was my whole thing. I wanted to get here, see where I'm from, and just be amazed by it. So that's when I came.
Wow. So the whole family actually came here. And you coming to learn about your history and other things on the continent. How was it like? Because you've never visited, all your family are moving here, are living here, or some part of your family are moving here, and you decided to join them. How was it like coming here?
When I first came here, I was sort of like, I knew I definitely wanted to come. I always wanted to come since I was growing up. I have a brother who taught me a lot of history and always told me, like, if you can get to Africa, you go there. This is important. Like, you need to know where you come from because that's where it all started. So I was always motivated, but I didn't actually think I would really come. I don't know, maybe, but I got into the point I thought, will I really? And then my daughter married someone from Ghana.
Wow.
And they kind of like adopted us in our family. I mean, really adopted us. And we were like, oh, okay, all right, you know, and they would always say, you got to come. And I used to think, yeah, sure, okay, you know, but then it started seeming me more real. I was like, okay, maybe I really will. And then I made a decision to come when everyone else came for Christmas or for during that time in 2021. And for me, it was like getting off, and when I walked out of the airport, I was like, oh my goodness. I felt like the air changed, like wow. I have arrived where I'm from. Like this is it, everything about it.
Wow,
you know.
That's so amazing and that's so true. Yes, your daughter getting married to a Ghanaian, which actually changed everything.
Everything.
Yes, so did you see anything different visiting the continent about whatever you heard or you saw on the TV by the Western media?
Absolutely. A lot. I know there's a lot of countries in Africa. So that's the first thing. People have this idea that Africa is little. Africa is not little. Ghana is not little.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing. I mean, I knew it was true, but just actually coming and realizing, like, yeah, to get to Kumasi is going to take four and a half hours. To get to, you know, all these different places, it was like, okay, yeah, they're all wrong. Like, you know, this is not true. And just also too, like, there was some modern things along wrong with everything. There's always differences, but it was more modern in a sense than I kind of thought. You know, wasn't sure, but I wanted to see like the different, you know, ideas and stuff. The rural part didn't really upset me or bother me too much. I grew up in rural Virginia, so growing up as a child, you know, walking through woods and walking, it was like, okay, fine. We had outside toilets for a while, all those things. I had friends who lived in places, so it didn't really bother me. It just was different in that way.
Yes, it's true.
And plus, everyone thought when you get here, it'd be pals and animals. That's all people kept asking. Very
Have you seen a lion yet?
Yes, very ignorant questions like, wow, did you see? No, because that's not why I went.
Do they have crocodiles as pets?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's some of the questions they ask, but for me, it took a long time to even see a lion. If I don't go to the zoo, you'll never see a lion. So we don't have lions as pets. We don't sleep on trees.
Exactly.
Yes, talking about sleeping on trees, and no, let's go back to your daughter. So apart from your daughter getting married to a Ghanaian, which brought you to a Ghanaian society, did you have Ghanaian friends or did you have African friends that are from the continent that were trying, or you yourself were trying to visit?
No.
No.
I had African people I knew that was African or were from there or whatever. My youngest daughter, believe it or not, when she was 15, dated someone from Africa. I can't think where he was from, but he lived in Belgium, but he was from Africa, so I can't think exactly where. And that was always interesting to me because, you know, he was like sort of different, always like, oh, you know, very serious about dating her. And I was like, really? Like she's 15? But it's a different culture and always very like, I want to give her this, I want to do this, you know. So it was like kind of interesting in that way, but I never really got close to anyone like that till she met Victor.
All right. So you guys remember Victor and Rachel from the previous episode? This is her mother, Rachel's mother here, right here. And she's visiting Ghana. Her daughter brought her here because her daughter got married to a Ghanaian. Yes. Have you seen changes in Africa apart from whatever they say on the Western media, as in developments, beautiful cities, apart from the roads? You know, our roads are really bad.
Yeah, absolutely, because all you see on the Western is that, oh, please contribute because they're so poor and they so this. That's all you get, and that's how people I know kind of deals with it, like, oh yeah, you got to really go there. I guess there's a lot of people, and I'm like, no, there's actually resorts there too. You can go to resorts. I went to 2 of them. It was very nice. I was like, I don't understand that. Like I went to different. I said I was in downtown Accra, and I was staying at this hotel. When I looked out the window, I thought I was in New York City. That's how it was. All the cars, all these different, you know, Hummers and Mercedes-Benz, everybody on the street. I was like, if you had taken that and put it somewhere else, you could actually think you was in New York or in Philly somewhere, like when people going up and down. So yeah, I saw a real difference than what they always show in the Western. Like they portray Africa as just not really having society or having no normal thing, and what they call normal, and having no cities or stores or this and that. It's just like, just poor. That's what you get.
Sad.
Yeah.
But you come here and you see the difference. What's one thing that amazes you here in Ghana that you'll never let go?
I actually think it's the air. I think it's the air. That's which is really important for me. Growing up in rural Virginia, I got used to, I like to be outside a lot. So to me, like, when I walk out, it's just different. It's calming, it's the air is fresh, it's different. Whether it smells good or bad, it's still fresh. And it's different. You just have a different take. And also somewhat, the people to some degree, that most of the people are rather friendly. If you get to know them, they kind of, you know. So I think that's a really good thing.
Yes.
So,
Talking about the air, guys, thank you so much for staying tuned. We are not done yet. We're going to talk about the economic side of Ghana and also how to help people come to the continent. I know people at her age don't even have passports. They don't even think of traveling outside America because they think America is the only place to be. So, people your age, how true is that? Because I've heard so many stories and I want to know from you.
It's very true. You kind of get in this thing stuck like, okay, I'm living this way. This is what I'm going to do. Passport, I don't think I need one unless I used to think I did. I mean, years ago, I went to Haiti. I was in my 20s for missionary work. So that was a little different for me. I got a taste of what it was like to be in a different country. But I was pretty much settled like, well, that probably is not going to happen too much. At the most, I'll go to Canada. I've been to Canada a few times. But I was like, now we need a passport. That's the only reason I thought about getting one. But I never thought I would like actually come out and come to Africa. I pretty much just settled figuring out how to retire in America, which seemed very difficult to me and harder because people was retiring older and older because you just didn't have enough money to live the way you wanted to. So that started to feel like almost like panic for me.
Wow.
And the truth is, when I came here in 2021, I wasn't considering living here. I thought, okay, I had gotten to the point like I'll come here and stay with my daughter and Victor for like 4 or 5 months of the year when I retire, something like that, or 3 months. And then my husband was pretty much, it was really like, nope, I'm not doing that, nope, I'm not doing that. And then one day it hit him. He has a friend that lives in Sierra Leone.
Yeah, Sierra Leone.
He's from there.
West Africa
and he
too.
works with my husband for 20 years. And he said, are you crazy? If someone's offering you land and it's reputable, you buy it. Yes. You want to retire there. It's going to be easier to retire there than to retire in the States.
Exactly. So you guys have land here?
Yes, we do. We have land here. And all of a sudden, my husband's like, call, tell them we want it, and we got land here. Yeah.
Wow. So this makes it so amazing. Your daughter married a Ghanaian, and then you visited for the first time, you fell in love, you told your husband about it, and now you have a land.
Yes.
That easy.
Yes, yes.
What is one advice you tell the people out there who want to visit, your age, those who want to retire in America, or those who want to visit who are almost at retirement and they are trying not to do it at all, but they want to taste Africa? What is one advice you give to them?
I say, get your passport, just do it. Get your passport. It really isn't as much as you think. You can research ahead of time and get a good ticket, round trip ticket. Just research it. Come, like at least explore what you're exploring. Explore what Africa is for real. Like, don't go by what you see on TV, what you think. Come and see, and then you can make up your mind. Like, what do you really want to do? If you don't, maybe you'll want to come visit every year. I don't know. But I think you should give yourself that chance.
Wow. Give yourself a chance and visit Africa. Africa has so many countries, 54, 55 countries. You can choose any of them.
Yep.
We are not only preaching Ghana.
Exactly.
There's so many beautiful places in Africa where you can go. Tanzania, east, west, south, parts of Africa. You can choose any.
Kenya.
And then central too. Kenya is just amazing too. So let's talk about the instabilities of African Americans in Africa. So many African Americans come with big expectations. Yes, we want to see skyscrapers like New York. We want to see beautiful buildings in Manhattan. We want to see this we don't get the convenience. We don't get. What is one thing or what advice will you give to these people who come with big expectations and then they can't live in Africa, or they can't even visit because they think they are not getting sufficient or conveniences in Africa?
Well, I've thought about this with myself. I think somewhat I'm a little bit different in that I think growing up in a rural area kind of made me a little less, shall I say it, spoiled. I think that for the most part in America we're very spoiled and we want things and we want it now. And I think that I think that doesn't fulfill you necessarily. I think that you should consider, what do you really want? Like, maybe you want to be part of building something different and new. Yeah, there's things you have to prepare for this different. Maybe you'll get upset because your lights go off. Well, truthfully, lights go off in America sometimes too, but maybe more so here off and on. But you're not thinking of like, what you really could have, what could be the difference for you. Like, I just think about what's good inside you, especially as African Americans living there. Yeah, you might have all the convenience, but then I think, what's about the food for your soul? Like, this is really where we're from. This is really it. Like, I think that you're missing that. You're missing what it could really do for all of you. Not just like, oh, I can't get this right now, or I can't have this. But I mean, my thing is, if I can have a TV and have some Wi-Fi or whatever, you can live, so things won't be as much as, might have problems. Yeah. You can live, but it feeds the whole me, not just, the things I want.
That's so true. I mean, you and your daughter are just the same. She
Yeah, I
actually
love it.
said the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, and I never saw that.
So true. So I don't know what to say again. You've said it all, and also I really appreciate you for coming.
Thank you.
And if you have anything to say, please put it in the comment section, and let's appreciate what she has done for us today. Because you know, we don't have time ourselves, but she made time for us today to sit with us. So if you are there watching, please put something nice in the comment section. She's been watching me for a long time before
Yes.
we even met. So yes,
This is true.
Yeah, I'm so happy I have her here today with me. And please put some nice comments in the comment section. And yeah, if you have any question, please put it there. I'll forward it to her, or she will see it herself and then put it there. So now, economically, how are you sustaining yourself, you know, when you retire in Africa? What is one, or how will you sustain yourself? You know, people will talk about investing in this, investing in that. How will you sustain yourself?
Well, that's something me and my husband thought about. It's different things. My husband is currently a truck driver in America. We thought about different things, like maybe him like hiring out people driving, delivering stuff.
Right.
We actually thought about different things. We own a house in America now, and we're kind of thinking about, we really would like to kind of build that house before we actually maybe sell our house there. But we're thinking about ways like, oh, maybe growing stuff and selling it. You know, there's things like
It's okay, don't give them all the questions.
Yeah, that's all I'm telling you.
Yes.
So it's different things you can do.
A lot. You can do a lot here.
Yeah, it's not like you're bound and you can't do anything, you know.
It's true. And you know, she was in America and she first visited and then she fell in love. So if you are out there and you want to visit Ghana or any part of Africa, please, or if you want to live, please visit first, see the conditions.
Yes.
Feel where your soul belongs to before you move into. Don't just jump into it
I
and
agree.
be like, oh my God, I hate this place. No, let's take hate out and love ourselves as one people. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Do you have anything to say to the audience out there?
Give yourself a chance. Just visit first and see. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance.
Yes. Please, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the love and support. As always, I'm going to see you guys on the other side. Peace.
Guy.